Alrighty, so if you're a meal prep business owner and you're experiencing no or little sales in your business, in this video, I'm going to break it down and tell you why perhaps you're not getting sales and how to fix it. So first of all, if you're a meal prep business owner, what you're looking for is sales and you want them in an automated fashion. What I want you to imagine is like a large pipe where water is flowing, right? So you've got a bunch of leads coming in perhaps, and then the water comes through and there's only so much water that's actually flowing through on the other end. That's the throughput, right? It's because even though you're getting a bunch of leads perhaps, or even though you're getting a bunch of exposure, you're not getting enough exposure. There's a bottleneck in the funnel somewhere. That's the constraint in the business that we got to basically fix to get more throughput, right? So let me walk you through the funnel first, what the different steps within the funnel are, and then finally we can find out where the constraint within your business is. You'll know it after I go through this and how to essentially fix it. So step number one is awareness, or getting attention essentially. That's any business, you have to get attention first. And then step number two is lead capture. So this is where you essentially get them to click or get them to opt in, give you their email or their phone number. And then finally, step number three would be actually converting them into a customer. And then finally, we've got back-end funnel stuff, which is how do we upsell them? How do we get them to come back, etc. But today we're just going to be talking about new people coming into the door. All right, so let's start off with awareness. Before we get into awareness, it's really, really important that you get your messaging right. So this is a fundamental. I'm going to speak about it briefly. You really want to get very specific with who your customer is and what sort of value you're providing them. And please don't say I'm just giving them delicious meals. That's not enough. You want to be in one of these three categories. And I have other videos that speak about this, but I'll touch on it quickly. Number one category is an outcome-based meal prep. So you help people lose weight, gain muscle, etc. Category number two is a specific diet, like keto, paleo. So you help people achieve, stick with their diet, whatever that may be, without the hassle of counting their macros, cooking, cleaning, etc. And then finally, number three is cultural meal prep. So you sell food of a specific culture or ethnicity, like Caribbean, Indian, Peruvian, etc., where people are just looking for the authentic taste of home, and that's what you demonstrate. Now, it's really important that you understand which category you're in. Maybe you're in multiple, because that will reflect in your messaging. If your messaging is not specific and it's very generic, it's going to get diluted. There's just too much competition. There's too many people that are trying to capture attention. So you really want to speak to your prospect directly, right? So for example, if somebody is overweight and they want to lose weight, they want to lose 10, 20, 30 pounds, and everybody wants to do stuff the easy way and everybody wants it as fast. Those are your different, levers of value. How fast can I do it for them? How sure am I that they're actually gonna get the result? And finally, what's the cost to them? That could be a financial cost, like they have to spend money, but also most importantly, the cost of how much work are they gonna have to put in? The least amount of work, the most amount of certainty for the actual desired outcome, like, hey, 9 out of 10 people that go through this, and then obviously, the time, how long will it take? Will it take a week? Will it take 2 weeks or 3 weeks? So when we're running an outcome-based meal prep, we're like, hey, 10-day challenge. In 10 days, you can expect to lose this much weight. Here's proof. Samantha did it. Here's John did it. Increases certainty, right? So get very specific with your messaging. Now, how do you actually get awareness? How do you get a bunch of eyeballs to find out that you exist and that you make the most delicious food that actually delivers on the outcome that you're looking for? Everybody in meal prep, they want to do partner up with gyms. That's a good one. You want to post on social media. You want to do pop-ups and stuff, or you want to do paid ads. All of them work. You can make any of them work. If you're just starting off, I recommend posting on social media and doing paid ads. Paid ads is really important because Facebook, Instagram, Google, they don't let your posts get seen by everybody that's even following you. They want some of your money, essentially. That's obviously their business. So I would recommend testing with paid ads. It's a lot faster. If you have a lot of time, you could slowly grow your following, but I recommend paid ads. And within your paid ads, the most important part is the actual messaging. So it's not about who you're targeting. It's not about how you set it up. It's about, hey, does your language and does the creative, the post actually persuade your customer to, first of all, hook them in, to capture that attention, and then most importantly, get them to click through and become a lead for you, whether that's like DMing you or going through an ordering system that may be different for you. So you need to really get the messaging right. And the more potent the messaging, obviously, the better it will work. How do you get your messaging right? You start off with a hook. How do I hook somebody in? right? It could be a story. Hey, check out how Samantha lost 15 pounds in 3 weeks using this specific diet. And your method could be low calorie, could be simple like that. All these other diets don't work, but a low calorie diet, it's the fundamental truth. If you're in a caloric deficit, you will 1000% lose weight, which is the truth. So that's something that people can easily believe and be like, oh yeah, maybe that's what I'm getting wrong. I'm measuring my carbs and like my protein too much. Really, I should just be measuring my calories. Or like keto, people would be like, oh no, it's not really, I mean, it is about caloric intake, but it's really about getting into ketosis. It's the carbs that are destroying you, right? Whatever your method may be, you want to really demonstrate that this is the way and this is why nothing else in the past has worked. That's marketing 101. So get your messaging right. Now, once you got your messaging right and you're getting some attention, how do you measure it? How do you know for a fact that a lot of people are resonating with your messaging? It's by something we call a click-through rate. So if you run paid ads on Facebook and Instagram, it tells you what your CTR is. A click-through rate is the percentage of people that actually see the ad. How many of them actually click on the button and go to the next step? The higher your click-through rate, the more people are resonating with your ad, right? So a good click-through rate is anything above 1%, anything below 1% is your ad's not really resonating. If you're getting a 2, 3, 4% click-through rate, that's amazing. 3, 4, 5 people out of 100 impressions, out of 100 eyeballs seeing your ad are actually clicking through. That's the industry standard. Everything over 1% is good. Anything over 3% is fantastic. Anything below 1%, not so good. So that's how you measure it. If you're just doing organic posts like Instagram and Facebook, you can tell by the discrepancy in the amount of likes that you get, how many comments you get, etc. So very similar, but that's more manual measuring. Number 2, lead capture. We want to get people's information if we can. So if they add to cart, perhaps you get their information or they DM you. You really want to get that information because people are not going to buy right away, right? People may want to think about it. They might want to see a few more of your ads before they convert. So we want to get as much information as we can so we stay top of mind for them. This also really helps if you're good at ads and you know how to run retargeting ads. You can just YouTube that. I won't go over that in this video, but it's fairly simple. You can retarget people that have seen your ad in the past. We do that a lot within our business and our clients' businesses, and that's just free money. Anytime you retarget somebody that's already aware of you, so they're a warmed up lead, they're likely to convert. And finally, the conversion. This is a huge bottleneck as well, right? You wanna make sure that whatever you said in your ad, number 1, is congruent with what you're saying on your landing page, or if you're DMing them, or if you're calling them, whatever your conversion mechanism be, it first, most importantly, be congruent. And secondly, when you make that offer to them, it needs to be a strong offer, guys. It can't just be 10% off, 5% off. A really good strong offer is like 1 free meal. So if you buy my 5 meals, you know what? We're gonna give you the 6th one for free, or we've got a mystery dessert. Or if you buy our 5 meals, we're gonna give you a gift card for a future order or for your friend. Like, think about all the different ways you can offer your meals where it becomes ridiculously stupid for them to say no. The stronger your offer, the more people will convert. So beginning of funnel awareness, you really just want something very hooky and very specific that goes throughout the funnel. Mid of funnel, which is when you're actually getting the lead capture, it needs to be seamless, easy for them to give you their information, and there should be some sort of a benefit for them to give you that information, whether that be like, hey, they're gonna unlock the free meal, or they're going to get a PDF on how to lose 10 pounds using this specific diet, whatever it may be. You need to have some sort of benefit for them to give you their information. People are more skeptical than ever before. The skepticism has never been higher, and people really even protect their email and their phone number. So they need to see that benefit in order for them to exchange that with you. And then finally, how do you get them to swipe their credit card online routinely and get them to come back over and over again is with strong offers, guys, and being congruent with your messaging. Remember, anybody that clicks through your ad or looks at your social media post and it says X, that's the reason why they're coming there. So there's no point of diluting your messaging on the landing page and being like, yeah, by the way, not only do we help you lose weight, we also help you like gain muscle. We also help you do X, Y, Z. It just dilutes your messaging. It does not get you more conversions. In fact, some people that were going to convert might get away from it. There might be like, hey, this meal prep business is not very specific to me. They seem to do everything. I'm not even sure if they do that well. So the more specific, the better. And then finally, that's where your sales come in at the end. What is a good conversion rate? Anything above 3%. So if you get 100 people to come on your website, 3 buy, that's a good conversion rate. Now, how do you make this as profitable as possible? Right? There's 2 main lever points that you can pull on. You can make your cost per purchase lower. So how much energy or dollars does it take you to acquire a customer? That's a battle you can fight. You want to get that as low as possible. But really what I like to do is I like to do the easy thing and make a lot more money, which is increasing customer lifetime value. which is how do I get them to come back more often and spend more and more with me? So how do I increase lifetime value? Is first of all, I make the average ticket size higher. So I make people buy 5 meals minimum, which is the industry standard, but I also upsell them when they're ready to buy. Like, hey, do you want to get juices? Do you want to get the snack, etc.? And then even more importantly is how do I get them to come back, right? So once I get somebody to purchase once, dude, like I got to make sure that they're coming back often. So how do we do that? We stay top of mind. We email them, we SMS them, and most importantly, the thing that's sometimes overlooked is at the end of the day, your product is everything, right? Your product, I mean, you can't say it's everything because marketing is really important too, but it's not product or marketing. I mean, a lot of marketers get this wrong, or product people get this wrong, where they make product the main thing and marketing the main thing. Really, it's about making both things the main thing, right? You can't have a bad product and you can't have bad marketing. You need both, unfortunately, or fortunately, lucky for you, if you get them both right, you're going to have no competition because people usually focus on one or the other. All the marketers are like, oh yeah, I'm going to just lower cost per purchase. And all the product people are like, yeah, I'm going to make the product so good, I won't even need marketing. Well, in reality, you need both, and you need both to be doing really, really well for you to have a long-term sustainable multi-million-dollar enterprise, or hundreds of millions of dollars, or whatever your goal is. Even if it's 6 figures a year, you'll get there fairly easily if you get both right? But what I was trying to drive home is LTV, lifetime value, is an easier lever to pull, and it has asymmetric results. What do I mean by that? A little bit of input, like, just doing the packaging right, writing that little letter when you get your first order. Thank you so much for placing an order. We're excited to have you on board. The owner, Samantha, smiley face. You would not imagine how many more people will come back just by those little small things. They will remember you because no other meal prep is going to do that for them. HelloFresh is not going to do that. A Factory Meals is not going to do that. But you, as a small meal prep business owner, can do that. And you can make it scalable. You can start getting employees to eventually start doing it. You want to really scale the unscalable. So writing letters is not scalable, right? Like, you have to manually do it. But if you can scale the unscalable, people will notice and you will increase your lifetime value. So those are some of my recommendations on where to find the bottleneck. If you're just starting off, maybe your bottleneck is just you're not even getting enough attention. How do I get more attention? But if you are getting attention, you're getting a lot of people to like or follow you, and like they're liking your stuff, but they're not buying. It's probably because either your messaging is off, right? Or finally, your conversion mechanism is really, really bad. You don't have a strong enough offer to compel them. And finally, or else it's not congruent. Like, you're saying one thing on the ad and you're saying another thing on your website or your ordering system, and they're just confused. They're like, what is this? I'm not sure about this. If they're not 1000% certain, they will not swipe their credit card. So hopefully you find this useful. If you like these videos, please go ahead and like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next one.